Imagine standing in the middle of Times Square surrounded by flashing lights, blaring horns, and a sea of people rushing past. Now imagine feeling just as overwhelmed in your own living room. In an age where information flows like a river, why do we often feel more drained than ever? Overstimulation fatigue is not just a buzzword, it is a silent epidemic that creeps into our lives when we least expect it. Let us explore how this invisible weight affects us all. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many people transitioned to remote work. This shift led to increased screen time and digital communication. We saw the rise of Zoom fatigue, where individuals experienced exhaustion from constant video calls and online interactions. It was as if our homes transformed into offices, classrooms, and social spaces, all at once overwhelming us with demands for attention. The walls that once provided comfort now felt like they were closing in, suffocating under the weight of endless notifications and virtual meetings. Nicholas Carr's The Shallows, What the Internet is Doing to Our Brains, discusses how constant connectivity can diminish focus and cognitive abilities. He argues that our brains are not wired for this level of distraction. They crave deep engagement, but are instead bombarded with superficial stimuli. Newport's digital minimalism advocates for intentional technology use, arguing that reducing distractions enhances well-being and productivity. Both authors highlight the need for balance in our hyper-connected world, a balance we seem to have lost amidst the chaos. Here is an unexpected insight. Less is more applies to attention management. In an age where we are bombarded with information from every angle, social media feeds filled with curated lives, news alerts pinging incessantly, focusing on fewer tasks or interactions can lead to deeper engagement and satisfaction. This challenges the belief that multitasking enhances productivity. Instead, it often leads to fragmented thoughts and diminished creativity. Some documented Zoom fatigue, showing that prolonged video conferencing leads to mental exhaustion akin to physical strain. But let us reflect, what does it mean to connect? Are we truly engaging with one another through screens or merely existing in a digital space? My irony lies in our attempts at connection while feeling more isolated than ever, a paradox that defines modern existence. We often think of overstimulation as a hindrance, something that drains our energy and focus. But what if it is actually a catalyst for innovation? Consider Tokyo's bustling streets where neon lights create an environment rich with sensory input. This chaos does not just overwhelm, it ignites creativity. Artists thrive in this vibrant atmosphere, drawing inspiration from the very noise we often seek to escape. The company becomes their muse, a reminder that sometimes beauty lies within disorder. In this light, overstimulation becomes not a burden, but a unique source of energy that fuels progress. It forces us to adapt quickly, to think on our feet amid distractions, and perhaps therein lies its value, resilience born from chaos. As we navigate this world filled with distractions, let us challenge ourselves to reconsider our relationship with technology and stimulation. Perhaps we are not just consumers of information, but also products shaped by our own distractions. Our identity is molded by algorithms designed to keep us engaged at any cost. How do we reclaim our focus in this sea of endless noise? Imagine if every choice you made was influenced by unseen forces. How does that shape your understanding of freedom? Each scroll through social media feels like surrendering another piece of autonomy as algorithms dictate what captures your attention next. This is not merely about managing screen time or curbing distractions. It is about redefining what connection means in an era dominated by digital interfaces. Are we losing touch with genuine human interaction? Or are we simply evolving into beings who communicate differently? Share your thoughts below, because these questions matter now more than ever.